or an attorney for the defendant, I'm going to do a brief roll call to just see who is present. And then we're going to move on from these cases. So if you are a defendant or an attorney for the defendant, please start your video, but keep your screen on mute. Start your video, but keep your screen on mute. I have individuals who are present in the courtroom as well as individuals who are present on Zoom. If you are a defendant charged with one or more misdemeanor offenses in the state in Fulton County, please remember that you have a right to remain silent. Anything you discuss about the facts of your case, your statements can and will be used against you. So I'm going to remind everyone that you have a right to remain silent. The next question I'm going to be asking you when I call your case is, do you have an attorney? Because you do have a right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one and you qualify for the services of the Fulton County Public Defender's Office, then you could get appointed counsel to represent you. Now, for those of you who don't have an attorney, I think hopefully the Public Defender's Office will put down information on the chat feature. I don't know, Mr. Haddad maybe, or Miss Helen, or Miss Donnelly, no, I don't know who else. But one of the PDs needs to put down the information on how the defendant can reach out to the public defense to discuss their qualification for counsel. All right, let's begin. Mr. Deja Alt is Mr. Gaither's client. Ms. Deja Alt?
Yes, Judge. Ms. Alt, please stand.
Deja Alt.
Yeah, she's here, Judge, and the only thing she needs to do is just provide proof that she completed the 20 hours community service.
Okay, so she is for compliance.
Yes.
Okay. Have a seat. Shanlivia Barber. Shanlivia Barber.
Your Honor, hearing no response.
Holding your hand up and saying hello won't tell me. You need to learn how to unmute your screen and say I'm present or I'm here or something. Okay, because there are times when I won't look at the screen.
Here.
Thank you. And let's go ahead and rename the screen. Who's your attorney?
Miss Bianco.
Your Honor, this is a recent transfer from division. I believe Ms. Helen will be handling this case this afternoon, Judge. I'm sure she'll not talk to her because most of these cases are brand new transfers.
All right. Okay. So Mr. Haddad, I guess she'll be represented by either you or Miss Helen.
That's correct, Judge. And if she can provide a phone number, I don't. She's there in person.
She's on the Zoom chat.
Okay.
She's on the Zoom. Okay. If somebody can reach out to her on the chat, Miss Helen, Miss Barbara, look at the chat feature on your phone, and PD Helen's going to reach out to you.
Well, Miss Barber, what's your phone number? It seems like it would be 470.
Folks, communicate via chat.
Okay. Miss Barber, just put that phone number in the chat to me. Thank you.
Quantress Benton. Quantress Benton.
Good afternoon, Judge. That is my case. He's my client. He's positions 3, 4, and 5.
Mm-hmm. Is he here?
I do not see him. So let me hold announcement until I get a chance to figure out where he is.
Cortez Brown. That's also a Bianca Thomas case. Cortez Javante Brown.
Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Brown is present. Mr. Brown, Miss Helen or Mr. Haddad will communicate with you.
Judge, I apologize for interrupting. This is on position number 6, Cortez Brown.
Yes.
Judge, that's going to be my case. I've reached out to the state. I don't believe they're in a position to make a recommendation right now. I think they're missing discovery on their part.
Okay, I'm going to take that all up later. I just want to make sure that you all are paired off, okay?
That's fine, Judge. Well, I'll make a further announcement later.
Thank you. Mr. Brown, presently your attorney is Mr. Joanne Haddad. If y'all want to communicate via chat. Otto Calbert.
Good afternoon, Judge. He's present. That's my client. I anticipate there being a plea entered today.
Okay. Anthony Caldwell. Your
Your Honor, that is my case. Good afternoon. I submitted a proof of incarceration to several assistants, Bolton, Ms.
I've got it.
Williams.
I've got it. I've got it.
I do believe he's still incarcerated in DeKalb County.
Okay. I'm going to reset him out. What's he charged with in DeKalb?
It's mentioned on, I believe, that first page of that proof of incarceration. I believe it's terrorist.
Okay.
threats.
I'm going to reset this out 30 days or to the next status calendar, which is going to be, oh boy, okay, it's going to be, well, July 13th at 1:30 p.m.
Understood.
Okay. Tony Catizzone, hope I'm pronouncing that right. Tony Catizzone or Catizzone? Not present?
I'm here, Your Honor.
Oh, there she is. Who's your attorney?
I represent myself today due to
Okay.
financial hardships from this.
Did you want to speak to the public defense?
Sure.
Okay. Who's going to reach out to her? Mr. Haddad or Miss Helen?
I can judge if you can just put your phone number on the chat.
All right. Miss
For my phone
Catizzone, put your phone number in the chat feature to the participant whose name is PD Jawan Haddad.
Okay. And I do just want to mention, I have a lot of proof. I have proof on the date of the accusation. I am innocent of it. I
You
have,
will need to talk to a public defense attorney, or I can let you speak to the prosecutor if you want to proceed on your own.
how do I go ahead and proceed on my own today with the proof?
Okay. So this is going to be a pro se, and Ms. Githia, I guess Ms. Catizzone will be speaking with you shortly.
Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. It's going to actually be ASG Waldrop. That she will
Oh,
be
Ms.
speaking with.
Waldrop, is Ms. Waldrop present?
Yes, Judge, that is correct.
Okay, Zoom user who is enjoying her lunch, please remove her from the Zoom. Thank you. She can come back in when she's done. Will the host please remove this? Zoom
I'm done.
user?
I'm done. I didn't know
No,
you just.
we're gonna remove you. Thank you.
Oh, bye.
All right. Ms. Waldrop, are
Yeah.
you on the Zoom?
I am, Judge.
Okay, Ms. Waldrop, there is a position number 9, and she's going to be speaking with you. Okay.
Yes, Judge.
Tanya Combs. Tanya Combs.
That's going to be my case, Judge. That's the new transfer case. I have never spoken with Ms. Combs, so,
Let's see, she hopefully will show up.
okay.
Tanya Combs, not present. Gary Cooper. Ooh, Gary Cooper.
Excuse me, Your Honor, are you saying Kayla Cohen?
No,
Oh, okay, just double checking.
Gary Cooper. I can't mispronounce that name.
Yes,
All right, there he is. Who's your attorney? Miss Maureen McLeod?
I don't have one right now, but I want to request motion for dismiss.
All right, I will hear that when I'm ready to address the cases individually. Nakenya Cruz. Nakenya Cruz. Nakenya Cruz, C-R-E-W-S. Not present. Mohammed Diallo. Mohammed Diallo, Scott
Good
Smith.
afternoon, Judge Aaron Donalik from Scott Smith's office.
Yes.
Mr. Diallo is on the call.
All right, and how are we proceeding?
That one, I believe he's done with diversion. The fee has been paid and the class was completed. And that's my understanding.
All right, Ms. Waldrop, is that this case is here for compliance?
It is, Judge. I did reach out to diversion yesterday with Ms. Crawford of our office, and the defendant, the feedback that I got was that he still needed to pay the participation fee. So if Attorney Donalek could provide me with that, then we might be able to close it out today.
Okay, all right,
Yes,
Ms.
I'll email
Donalek,
that to him.
you
I
all
have a
will
receipt.
communicate via chat, okay? Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Alicia Edwards, I think she's here. That's Mr. Gaither's case.
She's here. That's my case, Judge.
Okay, good.
I just need an offer from the state, and if you emailed it to me, I apologize. I probably missed it.
Sounds good. All right, Mr. Waldrop, if you could, send a, proposed offer to Mr. Gaither with regards to position 14.
Yes, Judge.
Rashad Flowers, again, Ms. Donalick.
Yes, Judge, that's my case, and Mr. Flowers is on the call. We just need a motions date on that one.
All right, it's going to be reset to, July 20th at 9 a.m. Motions calendar.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
It's free to go. Asante Jatuan Gibbons, Christopher Tolles for Asanta Gibbons. Andrea Green, Michael O'Hagan, counsel. Andrea Green, Michael O'Hagan. Christopher Harris.
Right.
All right, Mr. Harris, who's your attorney?
I don't have one currently, but I'm trying to. I'd like to have one before continuing.
I don't understand what you just said. You don't have one currently, but what?
I don't have one currently, but I would like to have one moving forward.
Have you applied with the public defender's office?
I have once, and then I made several phone calls, like once or twice a month until this court date. And the last one that I made, they said that they didn't have any of my information, that I needed to redo it.
You need to what?
They needed a resubmission from me.
Okay, so Mr. Haddad, would you like to take this one, position 18?
Sure, just provide your phone number and chat, and I'll give you a
Right.
call.
Mr. Harris, put your phone number in the chat to the participant under the name Jawan Haddad.
And Your Honor, I'm sorry, I could not get my phone off mute in time. Mike O'Hagan on behalf of Andrea Green, you called her just prior to that case.
Okay,
And that's going to be a diversion case. And she is accepting.
okay. Ms. Waldrop, position 17 is going into diversion. I'm going to reset this case to July 20th. It's not going to be reset for motions. It's just going to be reset for compliance.
Reset compliance. Okay, thank you, Judge. And then, Your Honor, also on position number 16, you announced for Attorney Tolles. I did speak with him yesterday, and he did inform me that he had filed a leave of absence.
Okay. So position 16 is going to be a leave of absence. I didn't see one, but I'll reset that to the next status calendar, July 13th.
Okay.
At 1:30 p.m. All right, and position 17, Mr. O'Hagan, you and your client are free to go. She just needs to come back on July 20th at 9 a.m. for compliance.
9 o'clock? Okay. Will that be in person or Zoom, Judge?
You can do Zoom.
Okay. Thank you very
Unless-
much, Judge.
Unless you just want to come down here, then of course you're more than welcome.
No. Well, Zoom is fine. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Joshua Hunter, Mr. Haddad, that's Bianca Thomas case also. Is Joshua Hunter present? Joshua Hunter, not present. Courtney Jackson.
She's joining the Zoom right now, Judge.
Okay. Was that our lunch lady? Courtney Jackson? Not yet? Okay. Courtney Jackson? I see a lot of hair and a pair of glasses. Are you Courtney Jackson?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, who's your attorney?
I don't have one at the moment.
Would you like to speak to the public defender's office?
Yes.
All right. You would need to put your phone number in the chat to Miss Catrice Helen. PD Catrice Helen, Hellen. Please mute your screen. Samuel Jordan.
How do I,
Mute your screen. Thank you. Samuel Jordan, not present. Position 22, Malik Kareem is currently in custody and it's going to be reset to the SAP calendar. And position 23, Tommy King is represented by the Public Defender's Office, is currently in custody and it's going to be reset to the SAP calendar. Position 24, Justin Marsh, represented by Brandon Dixon. I think I saw Mr. Dixon somewhere there. Yes,
I'm
and
here,
we-
Your Honor. Good
Yes.
afternoon, Judge Law.
Good afternoon. And how
Um,
are we proceeding?
Judge, I'll request that the court place Mr. Marsh's case on another status calendar. The state submitted a plea recommendation prior to today's hearing. I've briefly spoken to Mr. Marsh about that offer, and I haven't had an opportunity to pretrial the case with the state judge. So I would just need additional time to pretrial the case and communicate with Mr. Marsh about the plea recommendation.
Ms. Githia, please be sure that the discovery is filed. If there's anything that needs to be on evidence.com, please be sure that Mr. Dixon gets a link to that if the state is willing to divulge that information right now. I'm going to reset this case to the July 6th final plea calendar at 9 a.m. And this would be in person.
It will be in person, Judge?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
All right, Mr. Dixon, you're free to go. Oh, before you do, Ms. Githia, you want to say something?
Oh, no, I was just saying, yes, Your Honor, I'll double check to see that whether or not discovery has been filed.
Okay, thank you. Position 25, Courtney McLean. Courtney McLean.
Judge, that's my case as well. She finished the class for diversion. She just needs to pay the fee. I think that'll be done this week. If we could get a compliance date.
Okay, I'm going to put on the July 6th final plea calendar. And you are really just showing up for compliance. I'm just trying to squeeze folks in open slots, okay?
Is that 9
July
a.m.?
That's July 6th at 9 a.m.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
And if the fees are paid and you and Ms. Githia are on the same page, then the case is null pros, then we can remove it from the calendar.
Okay, perfect. I will get with her. Thank you.
Thank you. Was that your last case?
I have one more, Your Honor.
Okay. Position 26 is going to be a plea with Cameron McNair. Oh, we already did that. So
Yes.
that's been done. Sorry. Okay. Position 27, Christy Ortega Martinez. Christy Ortega Martinez.
Attorney Keith Farmer from Ms. Ortega. I believe she is online as well.
Yes, hello.
Yes, hello.
Hi.
I need your video on, please, and your screen on mute. All right, Mr. Farmer, how are we proceeding?
Yes, ma'am. I believe this will be a plea, Your Honor. We got plea recommendations from the state. I'm requesting that we can be moved to maybe that July 6th date as well, Your Honor. There's some information I would like to provide to the state so that we can negotiate on the plea recommendation.
Okay, reset to the July 6th final plea calendar at 9 a.m. in person.
Yes, ma'am.
Make sure all documents are, all I's are dotted, T's crossed on whatever needs to be done. Okay?
Sure, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Farmer. Is that your only case?
That's my only case, Your Honor.
All right. You're free to go. Thank you. Kevin Ridges. Emily Bronstein.
Judge, she's with our office. That'll be our case. We've not had any contact with Mr. Ridges. If he's on, he's on.
Let's see. Kevin Ridges in the courtroom. Kevin Ridges on Zoom. No. Ricky Tate, that was a Mr. Rockoff case?
Yes.
That one I'll be.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, that's my case now.
Got it? Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Tate. You'll be talking with Mr. Gaither. Lakeia Taylor. Lakeia, Laquaya, Taylor, not present.
Well, Judge, actually, let's revisit number 29, Ricky Tate. I can make an announcement now. I don't have a file for Mr. Tate at all. I think I may have filed an interim appearance last evening because I filed a couple of them. I don't remember whether I
Give me
filed
a
those yet.
moment.
Oh.
Maybe get an offer from the state, see where you are with this new client, and then I can do a reset.
Okay.
Okay. Position 31, Victoria Nicole Thomas, I'm told, is detained in Fulton County Jail, and that case is going to be reset to the next SAP calendar. Lamitria Trammell.
Sarah Timmers for Zach Watson. She was in depositions today. She asked me to cover this case for her.
All right.
And she apparently should ask for a continuance. She claims that she did not receive any discovery. And that's pretty much what that's what I have.
That's what you're authorized to say. Understood. Thank you. Miss Timmers, so just 1 second. Miss Gipiea, is discovery up to date for this case?
I will check and let you know. One moment.
Okay. Miss Timmers, we're going to wait confirmation for discovery, but I'm going to reset this to the final plea calendar on July 6th at 9 a.m. And this will be in person. So she would have to be in courtroom G33, along with Lamitria Trammell. Is Miss Trammell present? Miss Trammell. All right, make sure Miss Watson Cafe lets the client know that they need to show up in person.
Okay.
Otherwise, we do that special invite to Rice Street, okay? Kayla Turner, Miss Timmons, you're free to go. I'm sorry.
Before she leaves, Your Honor, if their discovery was filed in 2021, it is an odyssey.
All right. Did you get that information, Ms. Timmers?
I did. Got discovery filed in 2021 in Odyssey, and Ms. Watson is to be back with her client on July 6th at 9 o'clock in person in courtroom G33 for the final plea date.
Right, and she can retrieve the discovery that was submitted on file.
Okay, she can retrieve it from Odyssey.
Correct.
Okay, thank you. May I be excused?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Kayla Turner, position 33.
Here, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Turner, who's your attorney?
I don't have one at this time. I would like to apply for a public defender.
All right, let's see. I think I'm going to have Miss Helen. So if you can put your phone number to PD Catrice, beginning with a C, last name Helen. All right.
Okay.
Please mute your screen. Michaela Warren. Michaela Warren. Michaela Tamia Warren. Not present. Princess Weakless.
Yes,
Good afternoon, Judge. That's going to be my case. We're requesting a bench trial in that case.
All right. This is a simple battery matter, Ms. Gipiea. Is the state got any objection to a bench trial? It's not a DV.
So I didn't realize I was on mute. No objection, Your Honor.
All right, reset for bench trial July 20th at 1:30 p.m. And I'll generate a case management order. Please be sure that Ms. Weakless and any witnesses that she has to support her, as well as any documents, are all ready to go on July 20th at 1:30 p.m.
Thank you, Judge.
The state will subpoena their officer and their victims and witnesses and so forth. Thank you.
Can my client be excused, Judge?
Yes, Ms. Weakless, you're free to go. Thank you.
thank
And
you.
this is going to be Mr. Haddad, is that correct?
Yes, that's going to be my case, Judge. And I'll be filing an entry to this later this afternoon.
All right, and please look for the case management order as well.
I sure will.
Andrea Webb. Ms. Donnelly, that must be your other case?
Yes, that's my last case, Judge. We already got a jury trial notice for the 27th of this month. And our announcement is the same, ready for trial.
Okay, we'll see you on the 27th for a jury trial. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
27th, is that a Tuesday? I think so, yeah. Okay. And Jerry Westmoreland? Jerry Westmoreland? Jerry Westmoreland, not present. Sandrika Witt? Sandrika Witt, W-H-I-T-T.
That is going to be my case, Judge. I'm taking over for this. I haven't spoken with.
All right. No sound yet from Mr. Witt, not present. And then Dondre Williams is going to be talking to Mr. Gaither.
Yes.
Present in the courtroom.
Yes.
Is there anyone whose name on the Zoom that I did not call? All right, is there anyone in the courtroom whose name I did not call? Please stand up. What's your name? All right.
That's my client from this morning.
Yes,
Judge.
yes, yes. Okay. You are position 6 and 7 from our morning calendar. And Ms. Williams, your attorney, Mr. Gaither, is going to be speaking to you. All right. Anyone else? All right, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who are reached out to the solicitor to speak to them on a one-on-one, please make sure that you communicate via Zoom, exchange phone numbers so that y'all can address it accordingly. For those of you who are reaching out to the public defender's office to see if you qualify for their services, then if you do qualify, the public defense attorney will let me know the status of the case. Otherwise, if you are choosing to represent yourself, then please remember that you're responsible for understanding how the law impacts your particular facts, how the law, any legal decision you make will be your responsibility on whether it has a positive or detrimental effect on your personal situation, any other open cases, on your residency, on your job. So it's going to be your own personal decision whether you decide to move forward. So everyone in the courtroom, I believe you are waiting to speak to the public defense. Am I correct? All right, thank you.
Yeah.
If I may, Your Honor, position number 11, Gary Cooper, he has 2 cases on tomorrow afternoon's calendar, and Ms. McLeod is representing him. So I didn't know if you wanted to move today's case to tomorrow's, or how do you want to handle that?
I know I'm not on tomorrow's calendar, so just let me check on that. And I
We won't dismiss it now.
hang on, Mr. Cooper. All right, the rest of you who need to communicate with each other, please do so. And we'll be in recess. I'm just handling Mr. Cooper's case right now. And what time is the case scheduled for? Is it a status conference?
Yes, tomorrow at 1:30. He's
Okay.
position 9 and 10.
Yes, let me see. This is 20 CR 005-184. All right, those are 2 other open cases. 19 CR 009-840 and 22 CR 003-709. All right. Mr. Cooper, you apparently are represented by attorney Maureen McLeod. Is that your understanding?
I understand that.
Okay, and you said you want to file a motion to dismiss. Is
Yeah.
that something you want to wait till your attorney argues, or you want to do it on your own?
I'll let my attorney know that I'm the victim.
So, Mr. Cooper, you're going to answer the question that I'm directing, so you need to listen very carefully.
The attorney.
Do you want your attorney to argue your
Yes.
motion to dismiss, or do you want to do it on your own?
Motion to dismiss.
Okay. You have 2 other open cases tomorrow. Do you realize that?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to reset position number 11 to tomorrow so that your attorney can handle all 3 cases at the same time.
What the charge is?
For position for 9, okay, you're writing this down or you're just talking?
I'll write it down.
Writing it down now, Judge.
Okay, case number 19 CR ending in 9840. You are charged with, as soon as it pops up on my screen, battery causing substantial physical harm from December 5th, 2019.
2019, how?
Hey, you just asked me about what charges you are. Okay, you ready for the next one?
2019.
You ready for the next one?
Yes.
22 CR 003-709. He's charged with battery, family violence from May 26, 2021. And in the present case, 20 CR 005-184, he's charged with simple battery, domestic violence, and simple battery from January 17, 2020.
2020.
Reset to June 9th at 1:30 p.m. Make sure you have the link to appear via Zoom tomorrow at 1:30 p.m. All right. Anyone else? Ms. Goodyear, did you have another case to address?
Not at this moment, Your Honor.
All right, we'll be in
Your-
recess.
Your
Yes, Ms.
Honor,
Catazon?
Your
I
Honor,
have one announcement.
Just one second. What is it, Ms. Catazon?
who do I represent again? Sorry, could you please
You're
repeat
not
that?
you're not representing anyone.
Or I
You
mean,
are
who do
going-
I chat to about it?
Write it down. ASG Waldrop, WALDROP.
And their name's on the chat.
Her name's on the participant list.
Thank you very much.
All right. Any other questions from folks on Zoom?
Your Honor, the Zoom user from earlier is back on.
And who's that?
The woman who was eating in the car.
Okay, could she identify herself, please? What's your name?
My name is Nakenya Cruz,
Spell your last name.
CREWS.
Okay. Was that your client, Mr. Gator? No, okay, yeah, position number 12. Ms. Cruz, who's your attorney?
I don't have one.
And would you like to see if you qualify with the Public Defender's Office?
No, ma'am.
Okay, in that case, I'm going to have you reach out to the prosecutor, ASG Waldrop, to see how you want to move forward with your case.
Okay, how do I?
You have to do
reach
that
out?
on the chat, and you have to do that, put your phone number to ASG Waldrop, and she will contact you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Please mute your screen. Is there anyone in the courtroom? Everyone's speaking to Mr. Gator. All right, folks, we'll be in a 15-minute recess. Hopefully, all of you will be reaching out to the PDs or the prosecutors to see how you want to move forward with your case. All right, thank you.
You done? I'm not done. I'll let you know when I'm done.
Your Honor, I have a couple announcements whenever the court is ready for me.
Hey, hello. It can't be the Zoom for the courthouse, man. But they saying that, look.
Ms. Barber, can you mute yourself?
Is the court ready to take some announcements, Judge?
Mr. Hunter, can you mute your screen or block your screen until the judge addresses your case?
Your Honor, I apologize. I was muted. I do have a few announcements if the court is ready. Hey, Judge, can you hear me? I'd like to make a few announcements. I'm not sure if I can be heard in the courtroom over the Zoom chat. You let the judge know I'm trying to announcements.
I'm reaching out right now, Ms. Helen.
Thank you.
Okay, I am back. I do apologize for the delay. No rest for the wicked, as they say. All right, Mr. Haddad, did you, well, if you don't mind, Ms. Donnelly, do you have any announcements?
Yes, Judge, for Mohammed Diallo.
Okay, that was position number 13, yes.
Yes, it looks like the payment was confirmed, and everything has been submitted to the diversion coordinator.
Okay. And Ms. Waldrop, what are we doing with that case?
Yes, Your Honor, Ms. Crawford of our office is going to begin the dismissal process, so she'll be tendering a no pros to the court.
All right, all right. Any other announcements, Ms. Donnelly?
Yes, another one was Courtney McLean. It was already reset to July 6th, but it's the same announcement. We're just waiting for confirmation on the payment.
That's a July 6th compliance, and you'll get a null cross in the Diallo case.
Perfect. Thank you so
Anything
much.
else?
That's it.
All right, thank you very much. I apologize for the slight delay, but what to
Thank
do?
you, Judge.
Okay, take care. Mr. Haddad, did you have any announcements?
I do, Judge. On position number 6, Cortez Brown.
Yeah.
If we can reset it for a status, another status, Judge. I think the state is missing some police reports, so they can't even make an offer. It's gonna end up being resolved, is what I suspect, but another calendar would be great, Judge.
Okay, July 13th.
Thank you.
Status calendar at 1:30 p.m.
That works. Thank you, Judge.
All right, Mr.
And-
Cortez, is he still here or is he gone?
He was, Judge. I think he just tried to call me. Oh, here he is. Yeah, he is.
So, Mr. Brown, your attorney is Joanne Haddad. Hopefully you'll have exchanged contact information. And I will address your case next on July 13th at 1:30 p.m. via Zoom.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, you're free to go. Thank you.
And
Next case, Mr. Haddad?
Position number 13, Christopher Harris. He does qualify for the Service and Public Defender's Office. I'll file an entry. If we can reset that one for the 13th as well, so I can opt in at the discovery, Judge.
Could you give me that position number? You said 13.
Sure. 18, position 18. I apologize.
Okay. So Christopher Harris is on Zoom and he qualifies. So Mr. Harris, your attorney is Mr. Haddad. And you said the status calendar?
Yes, Judge, please.
Okay. July 13th at 1:30 p.m.
Thank you. Thank you, Judge. Can Mr. Harris be excused, Judge?
Yes, Ms. Harris, you're free to go. Thank
I'll be
you.
in touch. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Any other cases, Mr. Haddad?
Those are the only 2 cases that I had, but I'm obviously staying on in case anybody needs help.
Appreciate it. Ms. Helen, yes.
Yes, Judge.
Okay.
I have a few announcements. Position number 2, I spoke with Miss Barber. She does not qualify for our services today. However, she'd like to speak directly to the solicitor's office. I could just message that number to Miss Githia if that's who she'd be speaking to.
He's
today.
speaking to Ms. Waldrop.
I'll message Miss Waldrop.
Okay.
Position 2 or 20, Judge, Miss Jackson, she qualifies. I have her information, Judge. I will be making entry into her case. Just a reset to the July 13th calendar. I did check Odyssey. There isn't a discovery PDF, so if discovery.
Githia, do you have any discovery filed for Courtney Jackson?
And Your Honor, I have that case and I show that
Oh, I'm
discovery.
sorry.
It was filed on June 16th of 2021, so it's in Odyssey.
I clicked it, there's no PDF, and then following it not being a PDF, I think it says I don't have access to it. So if I could be emailed that information.
I think we'll need to resubmit it since Ms. Helen's just come on the case. So it's just an access issue.
Thank you, Judge.
All right. So this is going to be reset for a final plea calendar.
Status, Judge.
All right, let's put status, July 13th
Correct, Judge.
at 1:30 p.m. And this is pending discovery. Okay, Ms. Jackson, is she in the courtroom on Zoom?
On Zoom, Judge.
Ms. Jackson, where are you? I don't see her.
She may have had to exit. She was using her
I'm
cell
here.
phone. Okay.
Okay, Courtney Jackson, you're free to go, but you need to be back in court on July 13th at 1:30 p.m.
All right.
Thank you.
And the last position I have, Judge, I don't have the number, but 33 position, 33, Ms. Turner, she qualifies. Same
Okay.
announcement, Judge. I would just like to file my entry into this case and go over that discovery with Ms. Turner.
Ms. Githia, that would be your case, yes?
Yes, Your Honor.
If we can resubmit discovery, please, just because there's a new counsel.
Yes.
And this case is going to be reset for status on July 13th at 1:30 p.m. pending discovery. And of course, just because it says status does not mean you are precluded from considering pleas or null process. So, you know, it works both ways, okay?
Understood, Judge.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, anything else, Ms. Helen?
No, Judge, those are all the cases that I had.
All right, thank you. Miss, who was it now? I think it was Miss Barber. Miss Barber? I think she's under Samsung.
Yes, I'm here.
Look at the chat feature, you will see a number. I think Miss Waldrop, you got Miss Barber's phone number in the chat?
Let me check, Judge.
Should have been sent to you by Miss Helen.
I don't see it just yet.
Can you send
Give me
a?
1 second, Judge. I'll send it now.
Okay, she's going to send you the phone number, and if you can contact Shanlivia Barber on position 2. She does not qualify for the public defender's office. Ms. Barber, did you want to talk to the prosecutor directly, or did you want to hire your own attorney?
I can talk to the prosecutor.
Okay. As
Okay,
soon
Judge.
as she has your number, she'll give you a call. Please mute your screen.
Yes, Judge. I see the number now. I'll give her a call. I do have just two quick announcements.
Yeah.
On position number 9, I did have an opportunity to speak with Ms. Catazone, and she did indicate that she would like to speak with a public defender to see if she qualifies.
Okay, Ms. Helen, if you can enter into a chat with Tony Catazone and see if she qualifies.
And on position number 12, Ms. Cruz, I had an opportunity to speak with her and convey the state's offer. She has requested a trial of her case.
Position number 12, Kenya Cruz. Kenya Cruz.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Ms. Cruz, are you going to be represented by counsel?
Myself, I guess.
All right, you are free to represent yourself. Just remember that you're responsible for any legal decision and how it affects your case. Otherwise, you're free to hire your own attorney. Just be sure that when you hire your attorney, you do so as soon as possible, because the bench trial date is set for July 20th. And that's going to be at 1:30 p.m. Just be sure that you hire an attorney as soon as possible so that they can be prepared to go to trial on July 20th at 1:30 p.m. I'm not going to postpone the case because you hired an attorney at the last minute. We're going to generate a case management order. Make sure that you get a copy of the order from the Odyssey case file so that you know what are the scheduling deadlines before you go to trial.
Okay.
All right, so your trial date is July 20th at 1:30 p.m. It's going to be in person in courtroom G33.
G33?
Yes.
Ms. Catazone, you have to join the Zoom session or the breakout session, please.
I'm sorry, Ms. Helen, repeat that.
Ms. Catazone, she has to click to join the session. I was sent a link to join.
Here.
Okay. Kayla Turner,
sorry.
just a minute. Ms. Glanville, please place Miss Helen and.
I already have. They just didn't, or Miss Catazone hadn't joined.
You're way ahead of me. Thank you. And Miss Helen will go into the breakout.
Thank you.
Kayla Turner,
Yes, Your Honor.
I need to see your video.
I'm sorry, I had to use the restroom, ma'am.
No. You need to come on video.
The restroom, but okay.
Ms. Turner, your screen has got very graphic language. on your screensaver. And I'm not gonna let you back in Zoom until you remove it. Do you understand? Do you understand?
What were you saying, Ms. Smith?
Yeah, Mr. Glanville, please remove Kayla Turner from the Zoom until she fixes her screensaver.
I don't know how you do that, ma'am.
Then you need to fix your Zoom.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know how to fix that. I'm on the
Mr.
video.
Glanville,
thing.
please remove Kayla Turner from the Zoom. Thank you. All right.
I have some announcements, Judge.
Thank you.
So,
And I just want to be sure that Miss Barbara, mute your screen, and Miss Waldrop will be calling you. I don't want to hear the conversation between you and Miss Waldrop. All right, Mr. Gaither, I'm free to address you now that I've taken care of the Zoom participants. Yes, sir.
let me start with position 14 because she has some parking issues. There was Miss Alicia Edwards. Just want to further notice that to the final plea calendar.
Repeat again.
Position 14, Alicia Edwards.
Yeah.
Ms. Edwards.
Yeah. What was the announcement?
I want to further notice that to the final plea calendar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because she had some parking issues. She's about to run out of parking.
All right.
So that's why I want to start with her, then I'll go back in order.
Understood. Thank you. Ms. Edwards, you need to come back to court in person on July 6th. Let me give him a school excuse. You're gonna have to wait, and unless you want to go and take care of your parking and come back. Which one do you want to do?
I don't have enough money to extend my parking. That's why I was like rushing to leave.
I'm sorry?
I don't have like more money to extend my parking, so that's why I was trying to go ahead. And leave.
Okay, get with Mr. Gaither, and then Mr. Gaither, if you reach out to me to get her excuse, I'll email that to you.
Sure. Okay.
All right. So, but you need to be back in court on July 6th, and this is the final plea, so it'll be at 9 a.m.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. You're free to go now. Thank you.
Show them your notice to see if that's sufficient. You need something else, let me know.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Your next case, Mr. Gaither?
Okay, let's start with position 1, Miss Asia Alt. I spoke with I forget the name of the place where she did her community service, and the person that's responsible for providing the letter is out. She had a family emergency. So I'm asking this case gets reset just for another compliance hearing, just to give that person time to get me that letter of completion.
Reset to July 6th at 9 a.m. It's going to be at the show cause calendar.
Okay.
But,
And my intent, Judge, is to get the letter before then.
okay,
Okay.
definitely. So this is for compliance,
Yes.
to show proof of completing
20 hours community service.
Yeah. Is she in the courtroom?
She's in court.
All right, all litigants, when you hear your name, stand up and address judge while standing, please.
All right, ma'am, just make sure you get your letter from your supervisor. It's going to have the letterhead and signed by the supervisor that you've done community service. And as soon as you get that letter in your hot little hands, you need to get that to Mr. Gaither so that he can help you take care of it. Okay? While we're doing that, Joshua Hunter, can you come on the screen?
Yeah.
Mr. Hunter, you have another case tomorrow, 17 CR 009750. Who's your attorney at the present time? Oh, he's present now. He's position 19. Joshua Hunter, unmute your screen. What time is his calendar tomorrow? Is it 9 a.m. or 1:30?
I think it's 1:30.
Hello.
Hello, Mr. Hunter?
Hey, how you doing, man?
Fine, thank you. You are supposed to be in court tomorrow. At what time? 1:30?
1:30.
At 1:30. You have you have 3 cases. 1, 2, 3.
I think the
Yeah.
last one is CP.
Oh, okay. With state court, you have 2 cases.
Yes, ma'am.
So make sure you click back in on Zoom tomorrow at 1:30. It would be best if you do it from the comfort of your home rather than in a car.
Yes, ma'am. So, tomorrow y'all gonna handle both cases tomorrow?
Yeah, and in the meantime, you might want to reach out to the public defender's office to
Good.
see if they can qualify.
Judge, if I apologize for interrupting, I know we represent Mr. Hunter on one of the cases, the one that's on this afternoon's calendar. I'd given the file to Ms. Helen, but there's no information. So if Mr. Hunter can provide me a phone number on the chat, I'll
Yes,
have
ma'am.
Ms. Helen
Yes, ma'am.
contact.
Okay.
We'll contact him.
Okay.
All right.
We'll deal
So
with
you
it
ready?
tomorrow.
You ready
Yes.
for the number? It's
If-
404.
Okay,
Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat.
put it in the chat.
All right. Thank you, ma'am.
All right. So position 19 is reset to tomorrow at 1:30 PM. To be with his other companion case. All right, Mr. Gaither, we good to go?
No, I have a couple more announcements, Judge.
I'm ready for your next.
Am I free to go?
Yeah, you free go.
Position 7, Mr. Otto Calvert, I think we're still waiting on plea paperwork for him.
Okay, are we ready to take a plea today?
Yes,
Okay.
and then position number,
That's Otto Calvert.
yes, the position 29, Mr. Ricky Tate, we just want to further notice his case to the final plea calendar.
All right, Ricky Tate, Mr. Tate, this is going to be reset to the final plea calendar, and that's going to be July 6th at 9 AM. We'll see you then.
And then position 39, the last case on calendar, Mr. Dondre Williams, I spoke with him, I will represent him. I guess,
And he was on Zoom or? Oh,
no, he's present, I'm sorry.
Okay,
We're not gonna be able to resolve this case today, so we can just further notice this case to the next.
do you have the evidence already? Do you have the discovery already?
No, but looking at the charge, I can already tell we're not gonna be able to work it out today, especially if the state's recommending jail time on these type of cases. That's my understanding.
I'm going to reset it for a final plea on July 6th at 9 AM. Would the state be asking for a bench trial or a jury trial in this case? Would your client be open to a bench trial?
This would be a jury trial, Your Honor.
I'm going to reset it for a final plea calendar. I'm also going to further notice this for a jury trial. Case management order to issue. So if it doesn't get resolved on July 6th, at least I'll get a date for a jury trial by then.
Sure, very good.
Okay, do you have any questions, Mr. Williams? All right, you have your attorney's phone number and so forth? All right, come around and you get his card and we'll deal with that. All right, Mr. Gaither, last but not least, you have Miss Kenethia Williams from this morning.
Yes, Judge. With Ms. Williams' case, there are 2 cases. And so I'm asking that it doesn't have to be long, but can we just put it on the next available calendar? Because there are a couple of moving parts in both cases. And quite frankly, I've been talking to Ms. Williams, but I just haven't had a chance to talk to the solicitor. I mean, we emailed, I have there.
Okay, I'll give you a month.
Thank you. This one of the cases got caught up with my procedure and I just didn't get a chance to talk to the solicitor. There's a couple of moving parts in both cases
Okay, so let's see, position 6 and 7 from the final plea calendar.
from this morning. Yes,
It's going to be reset to the final plea calendar for July 6th
perfect.
at 9 AM. Miss Williams, it's 9 AM. It's not 1:30, it's 9 AM. Okay, And you have to show up in person, on time. And your attorney hopefully will have some information by then to see if we can resolve the two cases. Otherwise, we are going to a jury trial on this matter.
Correct.
Okay, on both cases. So I'm going to generate a case management order and further notices for a jury trial as well for position 6 and 7. And this is going to be a final plea. Any questions? All right, thank you. You're free to go, get your contact information. Ms. Walbrook, do you have any announcement to make at the present time?
I do, Judge. On position number 2, I had the opportunity to speak with Ms. Barber and advise her of the state's offer, the recommendation. She has some concerns and just wanted to speak with a public defender. She understands they won't represent her because she does not qualify, but she would like to speak with them regarding, guilty versus no-low plea and then her record and things like that. She just wants to discuss the offer with someone, if that's.
Okay. Ms. Barbara, if you could unmute, please.
Yes.
All right. Ms. Barbara, I'm going to reset your case to the July 6th final plea calendar. It's going to be at 9 a.m. and you have to show up in court in person, not Zoom. You understand?
Yes, 9 a.m. July the 6th.
In person, correct. Between now and July 6th, you can reach out to the public defender's office to see if they will speak with you since they don't represent you. That's entirely up to them. Okay? Otherwise, you can reach out to a private attorney and see if the attorney will represent you and counsel you accordingly.
Yeah, that works. Yeah, okay.
Do you have any further questions?
No, ma'am.
All right, you're free to go.
Thank you.
Your next announcement, Ms. Walbrook?
That was the last one from me, Judge. That was the last pro se defendant.
Okay, Miss. I think then we're doing the plea involving you with Mr. Calvert, right?
Okay.
Has the paperwork all been sent to Mr. Gaither?
One moment, Judge.
Or at least the clerks.
It was sent over by Ms. Githia.
Okay.
And my apologies, I sent it to Mr. Gaither, but that did not send it over to the court. I will forward it on to
If
you.
you just forward the email to Ms. Younger, that would
Yes.
help. Thank you.
And Judge, while we're doing that, let me revisit cases 3, 4, and 5. Mr. Quantrez Benton, he was here the last time. And he's the young man for a while. The reason why his cases kept getting reset previously, because he was in DeKalb County Jail. And when he got out, he got noticed, he appeared. And for him not to be here today, I really suspect that something is going wrong. So instead of having a bench warrant issue, I'm asking either can we put it on a final plea calendar or something, because I already know we wouldn't be able to work it out today anyway, not all 3 cases.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
As a matter of fact, if the court can remember, when it was initially 2 cases, and then we find out there was a 3rd case, and now the 3rd case is on the calendar. But like I said, he got out of the DeKalb County Jail, and then he got noticed, and he appeared, and then I spoke to him. So for him not to be here either, that just lets me. I think something is going wrong with the notice, or at least him receiving it. I'll put it that way.
All right, Ms. Walbrook, what do you feel about this? Positions 3 and 4.
Judge, I see 3 cases for the defendant. I mean, obviously the state would request a bench warrant. I'll defer to the court on whether or not it wants to issue that, but that's what we would be requesting, particularly because I see he was supposed to appear in person, and I'm guessing that he was informed of that at the last court date. That's just the note that I show in Odyssey.
The only reason this is only what I suspect. This is not what I know for certain. I'm wondering, did the notice go to the victim's house?
I was gonna ask that very next question, if we can.
And he's not supposed to be there, so which means there may have been some,
He gave us a change of address. I just want to make sure that
Okay.
the last notice was sent to that particular address. He filed a change of address on May 4th, which was about a month ago.
I did.
And it was sent to the Split Pine Court location. That's his current known address. And if you want to try his cell number, I'd be glad to give that to you. You have it, sir?
does it end in 565 now?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's,
That's not working?
I mean, I can try to get him a call again, but I don't know if he'll be able to make it before we're done with the plea anyway.
I will wait on, see if you have any call, but those are 3 separate cases and he was specifically told to appear in person the last time. Okay, any other announcements, Mr. Gaither, while we're waiting for you to take your plea?
Nope, no other announcements. As soon as I
Mr. Haddad, any comments on the Miss Cantilloni case?
Ms. Helen, I think, is talking to her, Judge.
Oh, okay. I think we've taken, are there any other defendants on the Zoom whom I need to address? All right, other than Mr. Colbert's plea, I think that takes care of that. So from the Orca final plea calendar, I have positions 6 and 7, Kenethia Williams. That's reset to the final plea calendar on July 6th at 9 a.m. A case management order is issued and both matters are also going to be further notice for jury trial. On the Orca status calendar, position number 1, Deja Alt, is reset to July 6th at 9 a.m. For compliance. Position 2, Ms. Barbara, is reset for final plea on July 6th at 9 a.m. for she's to hire an attorney or try to reach out to the PD's office. Position 3, I'm going to hold on 4 and 5. I'm going to hold on this until Mr. Gaither tries to reach Mr. Benton. Position 6, Mr. Haddad represents Mr. Brown, reset to July 13 status calendar. Position 7 will be a plea. Position 8, Caldwell, is reset July 13 at 1:30. Position 9, Ms. Catazone, is holding. Position 10, Combs, Tanya Combs, has not appeared.
State would request a bench warrant.
Bench warrant granted. It's going to be a $1,000 on the DUI and $25 on the distracted driving. So it's $1,025 surety. Position 11 is reset to June 9th to address it with his 2 other open cases. Position 12 is a bench trial on July 20th at 1:30 p.m. Position 13, Diallo, is null crossed. Position 14, Alicia Edwards, is reset final plea July 6th. 15, Flowers, is reset July 20th at 9 a.m. on motions calendar. Position 16, Gibbons, is reset to July 13. Attorney had filed a leave of absence. Position, and that's the status calendar, I'm so sorry. Position 17, Green, is reset to July 20th for compliance reasons, to confirm completion or ongoing completion of diversion. Position 18, Mr. Haddad's case is Christopher Harris, reset July 13th status calendar. Position 19, Hunter, is reset to July 8th to be with his other companion. Well, his one other companion case.
Your Honor, did you, I apologize, did you say July 8th?
No, did I say July 8th? I meant June 8th.
As in,
June 9th.
you mean
June
tomorrow?
9th. June 9th.
Okay, tomorrow, okay.
Tomorrow, sorry.
Long day.
The half of it. Position 20, Jackson is represented by Miss Helen, is reset to July 13, status calendar at 1:30 pending discovery. Position 21, Samuel Jordan has not appeared.
The state requests a bench warrant.
All right, bond set at 1,500 surety, 1,000 on the DUI, 500 on the limited driving permit violations. Position 22 is reset to SAP. Do we have a date yet, Ms. Younger?
No, he hasn't emailed me back.
Okay, we don't have a date yet, but it's going to be reset to an SAP calendar. Position 23 is reset to SAP. 24 is reset July 6th final plea, has to appear in person. 25 McLean is reset to July 6th for compliance at 9 a.m. 26 was a plea we've already taken. 27 is reset to a final plea calendar on July 6th in person. 28, Kevin Ridges. Kevin Ridges has not appeared.
The state requests a bench warrant.
$500 surety bond on a bench warrant. Position 29.
Is 28, just out of curiosity, I see attorney Emily Bronstein. I'm not sure, is this a PD case or is that a private attorney?
No, it is.
PD.
It is a PD case.
Okay.
Position 29, Ricky Tate is Mr. Gaither's case, reset final plea July 6th. Position 13, Lakaya Taylor, no counsel of record.
The state requests a bench warrant.
Warrant set at 500 surety bond on a bench warrant. 31, Victoria Thomas is reset to an SAP calendar pending date. 32, Trammell is reset to a final plea calendar July 6th at 9 a.m. in person. Kayla Turner is represented by Miss Helen, reset to July 13 status calendar pending discovery. Position 34, Michaela Warren. Michaela Warren has not appeared.
State requests a bench warrant.
Bench warrant set for $500 surety bond. Position 35, Ms. Wickless is reset to July 20th for bench trial, case management order to issue. Position 36 is reset for a jury trial on June 27th. Position 37, Jerry Westmoreland. Jerry Westmoreland, no attorney of record.
The state requests a bench warrant.
Bench warrant granted, $500 surety. Position 38, Sandrika Witt, represented by Mr. Gaither. Anything to report, Mr. Gaither?
No, unfortunately, no, Judge. I've never spoken with Ms. Witt. This is a transfer case.
Okay. This is a no-show, Mrs. Githea.
State requested bench warrant.
Bench warrant granted, 500 on each count, $1,000 surety. Position 79, Mr. Dondre Williams is reset on the final plea calendar for July 6th at 9 a.m. Also, further notice for jury trial, case management orders to issue.
And Your Honor, if we can go back to position 25, the diversion fee has been paid and the course has been completed. That's going to be, no cost will be issued in that case.
All right.
I believe Ms. Donnelly has stated that when she was on earlier.
Yeah, I reset it July 6th pending compliance. So if you're issuing a job, if you're generating a null pros today, Ms. Yanka, can we send a copy of the null pros to Ms. Donnelly and cancel the July 6th compliance date?
Judge, we're ready on position 9 whenever the court's ready.
All right. Position 9, Ms. Tony Catazone. Yes, Ms. Helen?
Judge, she does qualify. I'd like to enter in my appearance for this case, and we'd actually just go ahead and like to put it down for a bench trial, Judge.
Okay. The case is going to be scheduled for a bench trial on July 20th at 1:30 p.m. All parties need to appear in person, including witnesses and so forth, and a case management order will issue.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. We'll see you on July 20th. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ms. Helen.
Thank you, Judge.
Judge, quick question on position number 1. Can I just get that reset date again for compliance?
July 6th at 9 a.m.
Okay.
It's on the show cause calendar, but it's really a compliance matter.
Okay.
All right. Mr. Gaither, you ready with the plea?
We are ready.
Okay. Oh, sorry.
Yes, Judge, this is position number.
I apologize. Didn't mean to interrupt everyone. Is Ms. Catazone excused?
Oh, yes, Ms. Catazone, you're free to go. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. Sorry.
Thank you.
This is State versus Orca Colbert, 20 CR 004181C. Mr. Colbert was originally accused of public drunkenness, simple battery against an officer or detention officer on July 23rd, 2020 in Fulton County. Mr. Colbert, you've been advised of your right to remain silent, and your attorney is Mr. Frank Gaither. This is going to be a negotiated plea hearing, and if I may place you under oath, please. Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you provide will be the truth to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
Okay. And Ms. Waldrop, which charges are we addressing today?
Yes, Judge, the defendant will be pleading to both charges of public drunk and simple battery. And I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead. And what are the terms that are being offered?
Yes, Judge, with respect to both the state's negotiated sentence is 12 months to serve 2 days, credit for time served of 2 days with the balance probated, for the defendant to complete 8 anger management classes and an alcohol and drug evaluation and any treatment deemed necessary as a result of that evaluation. Counsel, do you stipulate to a factual basis, venue, and identification for purposes of the plea?
Yes, I do. And I forgot to ask, will the state object to his probation terminating once he completes those 8 anger management courses?
Just give me one moment. I just want to look at his history.
Sure.
So no objection to termination, Judge.
All right. And anything else, Ms. Waldrop?
Nothing further from the state, Judge.
Thank you. Mr. Gaither, the state has agreed to terminate probation upon completion of the conditions. Do you stipulate to the factual basis, venue, and ID?
Yes, we do, Judge.
Right. Mr. Calbert, sorry, have you consumed any medication or alcohol recently?
No.
And have you understood the proceedings so far?
Yes.
Are you satisfied with your counsel?
Yes.
And is anyone inducing you or forcing you to take this plea today?
No.
If you decide to do so, you would have to give up your constitutional right to go back to court and have a trial in front of a judge or a jury. You will not be able to confront your accuser, have the assistance of counsel to challenge the state's evidence, examine witnesses, and have the state try to prove the original charges against you beyond a reasonable doubt. Are you prepared to give up these rights?
Yes.
How do you plead to 1 count of public drunk and 1 count of simple battery against an officer?
I'll plead no contest.
Right, I understand you've circled guilty.
Yeah. Was that part of the plea just to say guilty?
Oh, yeah, because we didn't.
Does Mr.
Yes, I was just about to ask, yeah.
Miss Waldrop, does he have any prior DV or battery matters?
One moment, Judge, just let me look. I did see a prior. I just want to make sure I relay what it's for. Yes, Judge, I see priors for drug-related offense, as well as a DUI, it looks like, offense. However, the state would be opposed to NOLO. I believe this case involves our police officer as the victim.
Would you like to proceed on a guilty matter or?
Yes.
Or how do you plead to 1 count of public drunk and 1 count of simple battery against an officer?
Guilty.
The sentence is going to be 12 months to serve 2 days, credit for time served 2 days, balance probated. You will report to probation next Thursday at 132 Mitchell Street in downtown Atlanta. The address should be on the probation form. While you're on probation, you will attend and complete 8 classes, anger management classes. They must begin at least within 60 days from today's date. You will also consult with a healthcare provider to complete an alcohol and drug evaluation and submit yourself to any treatment if required. Once you've completed the anger management classes and the evaluation and treatment if required, then your probation will terminate. The sentence will be concurrent for both charges.
How do I consult with the health provider?
You can go to your own doctor to do an alcohol and drug evaluation. You can go to Grady Hospital.
Okay.
You can ask your probation officer for a list of qualified providers that you could go to.
Okay.
And one more thing, Judge, I would like to ask, may we suspend the probation fees until he completes the anger management courses?
Where is he employed?
Wolf Sports Bar.
Where?
Wolf Sports Bar Grill.
I will suspend probation for this month, which is June and July.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Anything else, Mr. Calvin?
That's all we have.
No,
Judge.
All right, thank you, Mr. Gaither.
Thank you. Just fill that out and then give
Here
it
we
to them.
go, Ms. Younger.
Okay. And
All right, Ms. Helen, did you have anybody else do we have anyone in the breakout rooms? No? All right, folks, then I guess court's concluded. Thank you very much.
Have a good day.
Thank you, Judge. Have a good one.
Thank you.